Hi everybody, I'm Elisa and welcome to my channel Lunar Elise. Today we'll be doing an end of October reading for water signs, okay? End of October reading for water signs. Some of the things that we're going to be looking at is what is the new moon bringing in, the new moon in Scorpio, as well as emotional, mental, and physical energy. And what did we learn this last month, and what is November bringing in for us, okay? So before we get started, I just ask that you go ahead and take a deep breath with me. And I ask that we're present, grounded, open to receive messages, and that I can be a clear channel. So we'll go ahead and lay the cards out, and I'll start by picking two for what is the new moon energy bringing in for the water signs, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Okay. So I think somebody's been a little selfish. This feels like a situation that I feel like has a lot of pride. People aren't really seeing eye to eye here. And it's kind of being called out into attention. It's like, hey, can you notice how selfish you've been? This is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse and the Strength card, okay? So that's what the new moon energy is bringing in. It's kind of, saying, right, we're not going to stand for this anymore. And, okay, so the Queen of Wands and the Six of Swords, and they're both in reverse. And so I'm seeing that as a lot of energy, creative, like whether it was in work, in a relationship, this person had kind of just been putting their energy in too many places, and they haven't really felt like there's an end in sight, okay? And I guess that's a part of the selfish energy I was picking up back here with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse and the Strength card. And this is the Strength card and the Queen of Wands. It's fire. This is Leo energy, and yeah, it's just really calling that to light, the injustices here, okay? And so let's go ahead and get a numerology guidance card as to how to, with that Six of Swords in reverse, how to move to calmer waters, okay? Perseverance. I think there's still a little bit of a way to go. Work on your structure, stability. How can you build a firm foundation in yourself so that it's really about this Strength card, right? It's saying, how can I make the best foundation for myself so I know that I'm not, giving my resources to people that don't really appreciate it. And see the green here, I'm kind of just noticing that with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse and the Four here. It's coming from a heartfelt place, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get a Black Moon astrology card, and this will be an overall message for the new moon in Scorpio, okay? Ooh, we got two cards. We got the 6th house routine and the 8th house, endings and beginning. I think in the book this card has to do with the Death card, or maybe it's Swords energy. I don't 8 of Swords energy, but the point is that, yeah, you're looking, like I said, where you're putting your energy, where how your environment is working out for you, where are you disciplined, right? Where do you need to shape up? Where do you need to focus on your health more, whether it's mental or physical or just your daily routine? What can you bring in and what can you end here, with the 8th house, endings and beginnings? And I definitely feel like that is a little bit in regards to personal relationship. Yeah, the 8th house is Scorpio, so there's already here that water energy that we're talking about. So the Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer reading that we're doing here. So I'm gonna look at the Shamanic Healing Oracle, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pull a card for the new moon energy. Okay. New beginnings. Yeah, it's really putting to rest these old ways of not really. Let me see if I can go ahead and make that brighter. Yeah. It's a butterfly, that's transformation, and that also represents Scorpio energy with the moon, and the reading that we're doing here. It's all about rebirth, okay? And that's what's going on here. This is a new way for you water signs to start loving yourselves at a deeper level. Figure out what's not working for you, move through it, move past it, come from it with love, and just be like, I'm done, see ya, right? Okay, so we're going to do 2 cards for the emotional energy. We have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups in reverse. And I think this kind of relates to the Queen of Wands we saw in reverse. It's kind of like scattered, and this emotion, energy of the Queen of Wands in reverse is kind of just, it's all over the place. Because there's somebody that here with the King of Cups that isn't really expressing how they truly feel. So I feel like it's kind of causing some instability with either yourself, like internally, you're kind of split on a decision, and they both feel very emotionally based. And so we'll go ahead and pull a numerology guidance card for that. New beginnings. I think maybe that's a little bit of resistance to creating a new beginning. Because maybe there's not trust in the emotional stability here. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a mixed emotions card, since it is a pretty emotional set. Regretful. Remorseful, sorry. I think in order to create this new beginning, right, we see the orange in this card. In the new beginning, it's kind of expanding, getting out of our headspace, and really coming at it, making this offering, wanting to bring balance back into the situation. So we'll go ahead and get the Numinous astrology cards, and I'll go ahead and pull one for the emotional energy. Bringing things to balance, right? That's exactly what I was saying with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups in reverse. So for mental energy, let's go ahead and look into that. We have the 5 of Swords and the Chariot in reverse. And we can really look at it in any sense of, there's something that we felt left behind in, and it really, with the Chariot in reverse, left us feeling like we just didn't have anywhere to go. But this is a mental trap, right? This is a mental trap. So the numerology guidance cards are saying, how do we flip that Chariot right side up? How do we keep moving past this mental energy for the end of October? Parenting. I always see this card as communicating with the 3 here and the 6 from a place of unconditional love, and joining those together as a 9 is ending those cycles where we just feel stuck. Like, hey, like nobody taught us this. We're having to learn this on our own, and that's okay, right? The 5 of Swords, we're having to do this on our own. We have to parent ourselves, and we have to teach ourselves how we want to be loved and how we want to be cared for, and that means we kind of have to live it. We have to embody it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull a John Holland Psychic Tarot card, one card for parenting. What are we parenting? How to let go. Realizing that we can create new memories in our mental space. We don't have to cling to the past. 6 here, right? This is mental energy, having to learn something about love, having to say, hey, maybe the things that we thought before aren't really how it is, and abandonment issues. That's what this feels like. Okay. So how do we go ahead and what do we need to know about coming out of that energy? That's what I'm going to go ahead and look at with the Moonology deck. Your dreams need a practical plan. See, and that's kind of what we were saying with the new moon energy, right? We need to come at this. We need to persevere, really put things down specifically, and that's what's going to help us work through the remainder of everything. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one last card because this is I think it'll be a good one for mental energy. It's the Mona Lisa Scholl's Mind Body Makeover, I want to say. And I'm going to go ahead and pull one card for mental energy. I dropped some, but I'm not going to take them. I'm just going to keep shuffling. Okay. They're a little bit difficult. They're oval shaped. Okay, I liked that one fine out. So, healthy sadness. Yeah, see, because remember, this is moving past here with the memories of love, the Six of Cups energy. It's moving past something. So this card is saying, I now have a wealth of family and friends who make me feel like I belong. And the thought that maybe we're stuck in is, I feel rejected by my family and friends. Five of Swords energy, right? I feel rejected. But the healthy thought is to know that you're abundant with love. There's love everywhere. It may seem like some people walked out of your life, but if we look around, it's everywhere. It's all around us. And ultimately, those people were doing the best that they could. So the physical energy, what are we bringing in for the rest of October? 2 cards. All right. This looks like some hardcore, kind of pulling back energy. It's interesting because it's Halloween and it feels like, 3 of Cups energy. Maybe people would be out partying more. And maybe this means too much partying with the 3 of Cups and the Hermit both in reverse, okay? So let's kind of see. Let's open that up. Why are these cards in reverse with the Numinous astrology guide? Ooh. So Aries, the radical, active, self-starting, daring, fierce, assertive. So we just came out of the full moon in Aries, and to me it was really interesting. And even the last night, there seems to be. I live in the city, so I hear a lot of stuff going on. There's cars, vehicles, people, close proximity, and last night we heard a lot of intense like fighting, and even right around the full moon there was that same kind of energy of I could hear people fighting, like I'm gonna call the cops kind of stuff. I think actually we I in that sense I feel like we're kind of needing to realize that we need to pull back from all this like really passionate, fiery, mismanaged energy. Like it's kind of like, oh shit, I just put out a lot, and I maybe drank too much, and my liver hurts, and I need to heal it. So let's go ahead and do 2 more cards for the physical energy. Knight of Cups and the 8 of Cups. I think it's realizing when to walk away from a situation, when to emotionally withdraw, because it's something that's it feels like it could have like almost gotten ugly, and maybe that does mean physical violence. I don't know. That's definitely the energy. A lot of fighting. That's the energy that I was feeling with the new moon in or the full moon in Aries. So it's kind of like saying like, I'm going to take my Knight of Cups, I'm going to take my emotional self, the things I have to offer, and I'm going to go heal, because I haven't been with the Hermit in reverse. So, let's go ahead and get a numerology guidance card about what we need to focus on in hermit mode. Relationships. Relationship with ourself. This is a little bit of self-love energy, but it's definitely about with the 2 here, our relationships. Looking at, and that even goes back to our mental energy of where we're feeling like abundance in our relationships, right? Like with this making an 8. Looking at the love that we have around us, realizing that, maybe we did have these fights, right, with this Aries energy, but we are surrounded with love. And maybe that just means a breakup. Maybe that means space. Maybe that means losing your job. I don't know. But it could mean whatever you want it to mean, and whatever works for you. It just means that it's realizing where we do have love around us. If you have a pet that really loves you, really bond with your pet. So let's go ahead and get a John Holland Psychic Tarot card for that. Yeah, this is kind of coming in line with more of your creative energy, rebirth, right? Fertility. That's kind of what that's saying. So I'm going to go ahead and take a Shamanic Healing Oracle to what are we birthing? What are we with the fertility card? Abundance. I don't really know if you can see that, but it's a number 13, okay? And sacred space here at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, the sacred space, I'm seeing it as like, in our physical world, we're figuring out, okay, like maybe that means clearing out our physical space, right? Getting creative, redesigning, changing. Scorpio season it's a fixed sign, but maybe these changes are something that we really need to do, right? With the Hermit in reverse, things that we've been resistant towards. Maybe that is just but again, it's kind of like, yeah, realizing we do have abundance, we do have our sacred space. It can mean a few different things. So let's go ahead and look at what we learned this month. We're gonna go pull 2 cards for that. The 3 of Pentacles in reverse and the Death in reverse. This has been a lesson that has been imbalanced for a long time. We've been resistant towards wanting to communicate. What overall, like what has been holding us back, right? So what we're learning here is to bring these things into balance. And I think Death card here, this is again Scorpio energy, really getting down to the nitty-gritty of it. This is just the beginning, right? And then Mercury retrograde will be in Scorpio, so that's even furthering our our physical world, our relationships. That's how I see them in Pentacles. What we can do to strengthen them, and also just again that idea of rebirth, right, with the fertility card. And I know we got the endings and beginnings, eighth house card earlier with the new moon energy. So let's go ahead and get John Holland Psychic Tarot. What are we putting to death? I think we've been attached to an outcome, and it's realizing here with the 3, and I'm seeing the 21 here, adding that together, that we've been so stuck on an idea of it can only work this way, but that's not the case. With the Universe card, we have all the possibilities. Maybe we're not getting something that we want right now. Maybe it's just not to be right now. But again, all possibilities can happen. It's just about being in alignment. Okay, so what are we bringing in? Oosh. Okay, so yeah, it's putting to death something, the Devil card here, that hasn't been serving us. We've been pretty stubborn about it, And what it's allowing us to bring in is our wish fulfillment. So we've just been holding ourselves back, and it's realizing how we need to change how we come at things with love. Okay, it's the end of this cycle, and overall in November we are bringing in the Three of Wands and the Seven of Cups. It's in reverse, and I'm not sure how I want to read it, so I'm going to go ahead and get a Moonology card to kind of see what the Seven of Cups energy is about. Okay, so I think we've been a little hung up on a relationship, and this card, the Moonology card, is saying conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. So I think that is a little bit of time. We're going to kind of keep searching for, partnerships, relationships that we want to have in our life, which ones are working for us. I think it's kind of examining that. That's what it's allowing us to do, and to come to conclusions about what, we need to do to be satisfied with those things. How are we managing our emotions so that we can come forward with our creative project, with the Three of Wands, the things that give us passion. So yeah, two more cards for what are we bringing in November. This is, the Nine of Cups twice. This is the Nine of Cups card, right? That's what did we learn? And what we were learning was how, we're holding ourselves back from our Nine of Cups, our wish fulfillment. And then we have the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So now that we've learned, it's like, we're going to be getting what we want left and right. I feel like it's going to be like, yeah, this is what I want. Yeah, this does this for me. And it's just going to be a lot of no bullshit communication. Two more cards. Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor in reverse. Let's go ahead and get the Emperor in reverse, a card about the Emperor in reverse. And I'm going to grab a Numerology guidance card. It's kind of, Okay, teaching and learning. With the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor in reverse, the Emperor to me is a fixed energy, and this is Earth energy, so it is a little bit more, to me, grounded in that nature. And the lessons here are, with the Emperor in reverse, I think it's like, how can we be more grounded and nurturing in these situations that are coming towards us? Because it's going to feel really good, I think, to finally get what we want. And it's going to be free and transformative, but we want to make sure that we're still remaining grounded through it all, because it is a highly emotional time. We're in a water sign. So two more cards for what November is bringing in. Okay, so a lesson that's been around our traditional way of understanding the world, right here with the World card, and the Hierophant in reverse, and this is the World card too, and this is what we got back with I believe, what did we learn this month? And what it's showing us is that it's stepping out of old programming, and that's what Scorpio season is saying. We're digging into what our old beliefs are. And I'm kind of curious, what are our old beliefs? I'm going to go to the Black Moon astrology cards, and what are our old beliefs that we're stuck in? Mars, Force. I believe this is the Emperor card. And look, there's some more on the bottom of the deck here. It's Virgo, I analyze. So it's kind of like, what do we see as success? What do we, like, I feel like, there's been some emotional closed offness, and because there's been a huge focus, right? We got routine earlier, 6th house, which is Virgo's house. And so, you know, how we go about things in our material world has been not as structured as we need it to be. Okay, so and it's definitely allowing us to restructure those old beliefs, right, with the Hierophant in reverse and the World card. So it's ending those things. And what is it ending with the Numerology guidance card? Moderation. Look, the 1 and the 4. And so to me, that's saying, yeah, it's a new beginning, right, ultimately, to this foundation that we can send. Where have we, and this has been a theme, moderation, where have we been giving our energy that isn't really serving us anymore, okay? And so I'm going to go to the Sacred Rebels deck to kind of get an overall message, okay, for the end of October reading for water signs. Faith in the process. And, you know, here there's, what is that, a wagon, red wagon. Okay, and this person is definitely doing a lot of reflecting. It looks painful, but here with the birds, you know, to me, that's not only like following signs, but it's saying to have this, we're here for you. You have people here for you, right? Remember back to that kind of the lack mentality of, like, you know, memories of love. Like, I've been abandoned. No, you're always surrounded with love. You're always protected. The energy's there. And so just remain focused on that, and healing, you know, the red wagon, that's childhood wounds. That's deep stuff. And it's really calling our attention to that, but it's, you're being protected, and I think that's a really beautiful overall energy. So I hope you all enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like, comment, or subscribe. It would really help me out. And if not, you can go to my Instagram. That's at lunarlease, and that has links to scheduling a private reading with me, some of my art, you know, and then just social media in general. So yeah, if you want to, I also have the link below to schedule a private reading. And have a beautiful rest of October. I'll talk to you soon, water signs.